Imagine if this was something you did in war. You like took a bag of weed, lit it on fire, and then threw it.
The Nazis gave their soldiers meth.
Yeah.
That's true.
Soldiers back in the day, they would use their rifles as a bomb. Yeah.
Where would they light it from?
What war was that?
Dude.
I mean, think about it, dude. Think about what these people are dealing with on a day-to-day basis.
Oh, yeah. I would want to be fucking high.
Ridiculous.
All the time.
Yeah. I mean, how could you not?
I love that Pham said it, and I just knew it was going to be fucking Vietnam. Such a Vietnam fact.
You pick first. You get first pick.
I'll take the yellow one.
Here you go.
Mr. Mustard.
Mr. Mustard. And I'm holding what?
He doesn't have a name. I don't...
Mr. Mustard.
Well,
I can name him.
Mr. Ketchup.
But he's green.
He has no...
Yo, that's relish, dog.
Yeah.
It was red right
Oh.
He
here.
has like
the
no
ball.
correlation to ketchup.
But who really likes relish?
No one.
Facts.
Absolutely no one. Relish sucks.
It's also... You could also do, I guess, pickle. It's
Okay.
green.
I don't mind a pickle.
Mustard and pickle.
Yeah, I like pickles. All
I
right.
had this one customer, and she was absolutely psycho, and she accidentally made mustard gas cleaning her basement.
I'm dead.
She made mustard gas?
Yeah, like
What is mustard gas?
The ingredients are like
Plenty of boiled mustard.
And you like shoot it up or something? You get high on it?
mustard gas was like the main gas they used in World War One.
Interesting fact.
Yeah,
And what are the causes? Do you know what it does?
death.
Oh, like
Death.
no, like mustard gas is the one where they like banned it. Like
From warfare.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if you like mix certain cleaning chemicals together, you can make it in your house.
That's such an interesting thought that they actually put rules on war. Like, this is too deadly, so you can't use this.
Yeah.
Oh,
But at the
yeah.
same time, everyone has a nuke, so whatever.
That was one of the big things on like how World War II started was like Japan had these major like rules in place. They couldn't build certain things. Like their warships couldn't be like a certain size, and they were getting pissed, so they fucking attacked.
Interesting.
I love it.
One of the reasons, not the only reason.
I love when wars have rules. Like way back in the day when they're all like, "Yo, don't fucking shoot our drummer."
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. You can't shoot anyone you can't shoot the medic. You can't shoot the band.
Yeah.
All these people are off limits,
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I went to
but
war.
this guy's fair game.
I went to war. What did you do there? I was a flute player.
Oh, no wonder you survived. You
Well,
can't get shot at.
Well, if you see in Hacksaw Ridge, he was a medic, right? And that's an insane
Yeah,
story for another
Desmond
time.
Doss.
Yeah, but he was getting shot at.
He was, but he wouldn't pick up a gun. That
Right.
was like his whole.
What
Hall
honor.
of Fame.
It's a ridiculous movie. Another topic for another time.
That's based off true events,
Melee
Yes.
only.
Crazy.
which is insane.
Well, I want to cheers you off on this one. Cheers to you and anyone that's tuning into the Down the Rabbit Hole podcast. Thank you for being here. This is our second episode. For the next 2 weeks, we're going to be having guests, so it'll be a while before it's just us and the team. Of course, me, Atlas, Eddie right here next to me. You got Law in the back,
Here,
and Pham. We don't usually do introductions, so that'll probably be the last one. But we hope you enjoy the rest of the episode. Are you ready? Let's take off, dude. So tell me more about mustard.
more about mustard or mustard gas?
Up to your interpretation.
I'm pretty sure that's mustard gas right there.
Imagine if this was something you did in war. You like took a bag of weed, lit it on fire, and then threw it.
Well, the Nazis gave their soldiers meth,
Yeah.
That's true.
methamphetamine.
That is true.
There's a.
That's
It's funny that guy's hitting a bong.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Tank
I think
crews
soldiers
specifically.
back in the day, they would use their rifles as a bong, like a really long bong. Yeah.
Or like a pipe.
Yeah.
Where would
Like
they
a pipe?
light it from?
What
Like,
war
you-
was that?
Dude,
Where you
we,
I don't know.
you ever made
Vietnam?
a you ever
such like
made
a
a
Vietnam
fucking
fact.
thing
I
to
think it
smoke
was
out of a fruit, like an apple?
I've seen pictures.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, a can.
I told you
The
on
fuck is
one
that
of
again?
our early episodes, but I did a grab bog once out of
love
a paint bucket, like a Home Depot
Yeah.
paint bucket, and took like half of a 18-ounce Coke bottle, whatever, and fucking cut that in half and made a bong. It was pretty cool. I've never done anything
We'll
more
have to get like
creative than that.
the podcast will have to get like an actual grab bong that we have here for special occasions.
We
It's so
should.
fun.
And
or
I've-
just like peer pressure people into taking hits.
Yeah, and I've done the bag too. Have you done the bag?
No, that one I haven't
Oh, the
done.
bag is cool. And it's
I haven't done. I don't know. The more complicated it looks, the more I'm like,
oh my God. That picture.
I'm dead. I love that.
The way that he's fucking
Yeah.
on it right there
These
is
guys are just
crazy.
hitting. Yeah.
Is there a video potentially?
I can try to find one.
Yeah, I would love to see
these
that.
guys-
Oh, right there. You were just on it. If you click up one more. Right there. Soldier shotgunning weed.
Oh no.
Shotgunning
the picture
weed.
in picture's off. Hold on.
It's all right.
Sorry, I was correcting something else.
No worries, no worries. By the way, this
Atlas.
thing hit so clean.
Yeah.
So clean. This is a great bong.
Thanks.
A photographer before he entered the army. Vito
Is it back up?
Squad leader,
It's in the
responsible for
top
lives
right, so I have to reset.
Yeah, no worries.
810.
12-gauge shotgun.
Wherever the fuck that is.
What we basically use it for on the LZ and I guess even out in the field. So if you want to know.
I mean, think about it, dude. Think about what these people are dealing with on a day-to-day basis.
Oh yeah, I would want to be fucking high
Ridiculous.
all the time.
Yeah. I mean, how could you not?
I
And
love
you're
the
not-
fam said it, and I just knew it was gonna be fucking Vietnam. Such a Vietnam fact.
That's so fun. I feel like there's a lot of really
Oh.
crazy facts from that war. Oh, so you don't even. It's not. It's like just a shotgun. That's interesting.
Whoa, dude. That's pretty nuts. I had no idea about that at all. I really don't know that many, like, weed facts or weed history facts.
Yeah,
It'll be
we
interesting
gotta get
when we
into
have-
it.
Yeah. We're going to have a lot of people from the industry come, so it'll be cool. So, you know, for people that, I don't know if we mentioned it on the first episode. We might have. But we have recorded 13 episodes? 12, 13 episodes? 15 episodes.
Oh.
Boom. And in a lot of them, you would bring up Friends and how much you love that show. And just a few days ago, the news about Mathew Perry came out.
Yeah.
And I think Law texted the group chat.
Yeah.
As soon as because I got the notification for some reason on I don't know what page it was, and I saw it and I was just like, Eddie.
Oh,
Eddie.
I didn't believe it. Like I saw the text in the chat, and I freaked out, and I was like, no, no. And B was like, what's wrong? And I'm just in shock. And so I freak out, and I go onto my Safari browser and look it up, and just look up Mathew Perry, and saw it was there, and I was like, it's true. It's true. It's
So
not
sad.
fair. And then it's awful because people were like, how do you die in a hot tub? But it's because no one was posting that.
Where did you see that?
What?
The conversation that I was having at the time was like, damn, hot tub. Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Dude.
I've been in a hot tub
There-
with a joint
Yeah,
and
it was
a drink.
it was on Pioneer Podcast.
wow.
But a lot of people weren't like taking into fact that he was
He went into
either
cardiac
into
arrest.
something or that he had a problem. People just thought like, how do you drown in a hot tub?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
It's
I
like
guess.
they
It was just trolls.
Yeah.
But I think early on they had reported that he went into cardiac arrest, and that's
Yeah.
why he drowned. But there was no foul play, and there were no drugs involved.
Yeah, supposedly he was looking it up, and there's still
It's
a
yeah,
toxicology report that has to come in.
Yeah.
But from preliminary, it looks like there's no toxins in his
Yeah.
body, which
Which-
makes it even crazier. So he just had a fucking stroke or a heart attack.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Which is it's extremely unfortunate because had someone been with him, he could have gotten help because a heart
Yeah.
attack doesn't necessarily need to be fatal.
Yeah, it's just you were in the worst possible location while it happened.
Yep.
I've heard of a lot of bad things happening to people, like in the shower or in their bathtub. Like something happens and then they slip and
Yeah, petrifying.
Yeah,
One of
it's
my biggest fears is falling in the shower. Yeah, one of my I'm petrified. And then add the movie American Psycho to it, and it makes it even fucking worse.
never seen American Psycho. In the shower?
Yeah, he murders her in the shower.
Tragic.
He's like a really creepy. Norman Bates is a really creepy character. Like really fucking creepy. He's like oddly obsessed with his mom, but his mom is crazy and abusive, and then she dies, and he dresses up as her and murders people, and he's like a peeping Tom at these women because they own a hotel, the Bates Hotel or Bates Motel, whatever. Yeah, there's a TV show on it called
Yeah, I've
Bates
heard.
Motel.
I've
But
heard
but-
of those shows.
That's what the original storyline is from American Psycho. I mean, it could be a book and shit like that, but the first time I heard it was from that movie.
Damn. That's tragic. So, what are your feelings on Matthew Perry? Because there's a lot about him that I didn't know. I was telling them on Monday that, of course, there was quick judgment as to whether there was foul play or drugs and stuff. And a lot of the stuff that I've been getting in my feed has been from him post Friends more recently, talking about the drug and alcohol issues that he had throughout the show. And even Pham brought up that he would watch the show and be able to know what drug he was on each season based on how he would react.
Yes.
And I know that he's made like huge strides to try and, move past that and help people like him and be an advocate. So I know that there was a lot of presumptions about him, but it seems like he was, really trying to right his wrongs, I guess you could say, or turn over a new leaf. So
To do better. He released his memoir, I think last year. Like he wrote a book all about his life. I think it's called Friends something and the Big Terrible Thing. Where he also like talks about his journey and talks about his time on Friends and stuff like that. But one of a lot of what he said in interviews that are resurfacing now is I hope that Friends is just like another thing that I'm spoken about for. He like really wants to be known for helping people. In Friends, there's a reoccurring character that Phoebe like is in love with. His name is David. I'm pretty sure that's the actor. He credits Matthew Perry with getting him sober. He took him to his first AA meeting and helped him continue being sober. He said that he wished Matthew Perry was able to consistently keep on that path, but still loved him nonetheless.
No, I mean, of course.
Just
Someone
more
that
often.
guided you, helped you when you were in need.
Yeah. But he did that. He did a lot of that work, I guess. From what people are saying, he's just extremely sweet, compassionate.
Wow.
Yep.
That's tragic.
I've like watched. I then watched like an hour and a half of Friends bloopers,
I can imagine.
and I've just been watching Friends so I can get like through it because I had already restarted it, and so now I'm like, oh, he was so much talent, and he was so young. Like it's just it's just tragic. I hate tragedies. Because it's like it's just not fair.
Yeah, that's so sad. It's so unfortunate. And this year we've had a few. There was the guy from Euphoria who passed away not too long ago.
Yeah.
That happened right before we recorded a podcast too. That was
crazy.
super sad. Yeah.
That was so wild.
That's really unfortunate. It's interesting. It just brought up into my head when you mentioned the Friends little memoir thing that he did or whatever. Have you seen what Daniel Radcliffe is doing with the Harry Potter stunt double that was his and had a tragic accident during one of the movies and has been handicapped
No.
for his whole life?
I
So
didn't even know
he's
that.
doing this movie, or maybe it's a show on HBO Max where it's called The Boy Who Lived. And it's all about his stunt double who got into an accident on set and was, wheelchair bound for the rest of his life.
That's insane.
Yeah, so they did a movie or something. I don't know what it is
What?
exactly, but where it's all about him and like everything that he has overcome and using the same slogan that they used for him as Harry Potter, right? The boy who lived
Yeah.
is the way that they reference him. Have you seen the Harry Potters?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Funny enough that you mentioned that. Me and my brother just restarted them because he watched them as a kid with my mom. So he doesn't remember a lot of it. So we just finished watching the first movie together at my house because he's been staying with me for a few days. Yeah. So it's been cool to watch his reaction to rewatching because I just rewatched all of them this year as well, earlier this year. So they're still fresh in my mind.
Yeah.
I love them.
I probably tune into them every 2 years. I probably start dipping in again.
They're long.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
really long.
7 movies. It's a lot. It's a big journey.
Yeah.
But it's a really good one.
Yes,
I like how
it
they
is.
paced it out. Of course, like the earlier movies, they're so young and there's a lot of, there are tones where there's a little bit darker themes and stuff, but in those, especially the first one, it kind of takes a little bit to get you going if you found the movie later on in your life, like not as a kid when we were growing up. But by the second one, like it gets
like, whoa.
fucking into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa.
They go down with the giant serpent, like into the dungeon. Oh, it's so good.
It is really, really good. Yeah. It's been fun to like relive it, but also watch him relive it.
Did you find anything on The Boy Who Lived? Is it a show or movie?
My laptop's just frozen right now.
Oh, no worries. Led, did you find anything?
I have been on the camera.
Oh, no worries.
All right, well, I've just been paying attention to you guys.
Let me know if it's a show or movie or something.
I'm gonna open my drink.
Huh?
I'm gonna open my drink
Yeah,
because I
go
forgot
for
to.
it. I'm gonna spark up this joint. But yeah, it's really cool that Daniel's doing something like that.
I love him. Have you ever seen his show Wilfred?
No.
If we can go back to this, if we're like way far ahead, Wilfred is a really funny concept show, and you have to watch it high.
Okay.
You have to watch it high, otherwise
Done.
you're like, what the fuck am I watching?
Done.
So basically, Daniel Radcliffe is in it, and there's a dog, but he's not a dog. It's a human. It's a guy dressed as a dog, but to everyone else, it's a dog. To Daniel Radcliffe,
Oh,
It's not.
Okay.
it's hilarious. It's
interesting.
really fucking funny.
Okay.
I have to finish watching it because I haven't, because I'm really awful at that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But what I've watched of it is so funny and so weird, but also just like dry, stupid humor. That's like, I wouldn't necessarily say similar to The Office because it's not that point of view, but just dry humor.
Cool.
Documentary.
It's a documentary.
Correct.
Cool. The Boy Who Lived. Fire title. Mm-hmm. That's tragic. There's a lot of people that have died on, not a lot, but there's people that have died on set of movies
Yeah,
pretty
so
frequently.
Have you heard about what happened on set with Alec Baldwin?
I did a murder mystery game that was basically the exact premise of that incident.
What?
A guy on set, yeah, literally same thing.
What?
Yeah.
That's a little suspicious.
I mean, it came out way later, obviously inspired by what happened, but
Oh. I'm like, huh?
There's been a couple of things. I've watched the show where Psych, where it's like all about like a detective, and they're like solving murders. And one of the episodes was pretty much similar thing where a guy swapped out a prop knife with a real knife, and kind of framed an actor for murdering someone, but it's in real life. It was the prop director or something.
right. Which in
wild.
this case seems to be like the similar thing that's being discussed is the prop department. Why the fuck is this gun loaded?
Yeah.
And like it would be hard to blame the actor at all, obviously, unless he fucking loaded it himself. That would be the only angle because he's just an actor. Here's the gun, start the scene.
But here's the thing. I don't know if you've heard. He was cleared at first, and now he has to go back on trial.
Probably as a witness. You think
They were taking him back.
they're charging him for what?
I don't know.
Whoa.
I have no idea what it would be.
That's mad weird.
Yeah.
That's mad
Yeah.
weird.
What?
My conspiracy mind is going
I-
crazy
I
now.
was like, I disapproval. I think it's stupid that they, he can be charged for something. It's like he's doing his job. Like his job is to point the gun and shoot.
Yeah.
It's not his fault that it went off. Like,
How
stupid.
could the prop department give him a loaded gun? Like, that's what I don't even understand. Like, how would bullets even be purchased? Like, when
Did you buy a gun at Savers or something?
you know what I mean? Like you're on a movie set. Someone asks you to get a fake gun. Nowhere in that process do you somehow buy real bullets. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't go onto the gun site and like, oh, let me just add real bullets in case I want them. Like, you're buying it for the prop for the movie. So how did real bullets even get on the set? And if it had to have been a bullet, right? Or was something else in the barrel?
well, that's what I was gonna
Yeah,
hop
it was
in.
something else.
So they shoot blanks, and what they say is that there might have been some contaminant in the barrel. Blanks are pretty much still bullets, but without the actual bullet part. So it has all the power and everything that. And if there's like debris in there, it can project that at the speed of a bullet.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
like-
like a little like clump of ash that got really hard and
So
dry?
maybe like something like that happened. I'm actually not 100% sure, but that was one thing I heard. It was they use blank because blanks are still deadly at close range.
I didn't even know that.
Well,
Yeah.
that's still got to be the prop department. Like, you're not cleaning the gun and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what you can find about if they said anything about like what was in the barrel, because that's like
That's kind of big.
that's mad interesting. That's such a tragic scenario. Imagine being there on set and that happening to you.
They just
What would your
drop.
reaction be, dude? You'd be freaking out. Have you seen the security footage of him in the police office and they tell him the news that she died?
No, I don't think I have.
Dude, it's tragic.
Does he freak out?
He doesn't say anything, just
Oh shit.
like heartbroken, like
Yeah.
I just killed someone.
Yeah. Like a normal human being should be, you know what I mean? That's why I'm like, how the fuck are they gonna try to charge him?
Heartbroken, and your life will never be the same.
Oh my God. No, Alec Baldwin rust shooting as multiple real bullets found. 5 other live rounds were found among the movie's prop weapons. So there's live rounds mixed in with the with blanks and dummy rounds.
Wow.
Fucking who's playing Russian roulette
Yep.
with other people's lives?
Imagine-
Jesus
Yep.
Christ.
Imagine putting it like in the wrong box,
That's a hit.
in the wrong container.
That's a hit.
That's got to
That's
be
a hit, dude.
I don't
I-
know who hired the department guy, but
Once you guys were like debris could be in no, someone fucking put some shit in there.
Yeah. So I mean
That's sketch.
that's what the other person was saying. It was like
That's real sketch.
they don't know why they would need live rounds. It must have, either been a mistake or
Yeah, but that's like once is a
like-
mistake. 5 times, that's intentional.
that's ridiculous. It goes back to what I said earlier. Like, how do you go by that? You know what I mean? Like, if I hire you to paint my house, you don't show up accidentally with something that's completely unrelated. You know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? No?
It does, but the way you explained it made it really confusing.
Sorry. I was trying to make it easier to understand.
Definitely
On
made
my
it-
way there, making it
definitely
way
made
more
it hard.
complicated.
Yes. We took one too many avenue turns.
I don't hire you to paint my house and you show up with a cat.
Basically.
I'm dead.
Or your paintbrush has bullets in it.
Honestly, I think that's like the 3D. If I get a 3D printer and print yourself a gun and bullets.
That was a great clip, dude. Maybe that person 3D printed those bullets.
Then put 'em
that's
in there.
how- Boom, and thought they could hide it.
Yo, actually.
Listen, when I was 7 years old, I was watching Forensic Files midnight with no one else in the house and just lights
watched with my
off
mom.
and then dreaming of eventually being a detective one day. Like, that's really was a goal of mine from like the ages of 7 to 12, maybe.
That's so, oh my gosh. That's so sweet because like I would watch those shows and then immediately just have anxiety all the time that some shit like that was going to happen to me.
Well, eventually I took a kitchen knife and put it underneath my mattress for, just in case if something happened. But I was always like, oh, like, I want to solve these crimes. And then I would get into
Me
Law
too.
and Order and see, like, obviously it's television, but see the process of trying to answer impossible questions,
Oh yeah. Every time I watch like House and Grey's Anatomy, I'm like, I want to be a doctor.
Yeah.
I want to do it. I'm like, haha, let's not go to school for 12 years.
Thank God you have to go to school for 12 years, though. Because imagine if you're just like, I want to be a doctor. And it's like getting a gun. You just have a minor license and all of a sudden you're a lead surgeon.
But that's why I don't understand how people don't trust doctors. Well, to an extent, because like I don't trust dentists. Fuck the dentist.
Fuck the dentist.
Hate the dentist because no sane person wants to spend that much amount of time in another person's mouth. I'll say it until I fucking die.
So
I
what
just
do you-
don't think that it's normal.
Okay. What?
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 Nothing.
So what do you think a dentist is behind closed doors?
I think it's a person that enjoys inflicting pain on others.
So what do they do in their private time?
Probably into some BDSM.
Yeah.
Probably sadists, to be
being-
honest. Fucking
abusing
dentists.
pets.
I'm not the only person who thinks that either.
It always starts with pets.
Yeah.
Psychopaths.
Yep. Cutting up some squirrels. Fucking.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen the butterfly effect either.
Yeah, sorry. I'll get on that. I mean, valid. But being a dentist is also extremely hard, right? Like, I'm pretty sure you have to go to school for a long time.
8 years.
thing. Yeah.
I think it's 8 years.
Yeah.
You get right?
Maybe they just get psycho along the way. You know, all those hours, all those fucking vocab words.
Really think about all day long, you're just staring into someone's nasty open mouth.
Just hot breath.
Yeah, and you got to fix their nasty shit inside their mouth.
That's a good one. I actually heard there was this NBA player who was just getting like interviewed, and one of the questions for like TikTok was like, what's like a weird thing that you're into? And he loved watching like dirty, rotten nails getting cleaned, like toenails. And the dude was like, why? The interviewer. He was like, I just like the process of seeing something get cleaned. Like I like seeing that.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, maybe it's kind of like the dentist thing. Like they have a fixation on like just getting things to be clean or purified. You know what I mean? So like one of those weird people.
I mean, I like watching videos of guys cleaning rugs.
I do too.
I've seen those.
Yeah.
I've seen those.
Or a power wash.
Dude, that shit is so sad. A power wash, the power wash videos, those are so satisfying.
There's a power wash simulator where it's a video game and you literally just power washing. There's nothing else that you can do. It's just power washing.
You know what I keep getting? You know what simulator keeps popping up for me on TikTok? The car accident ones, like the cars. They're all different
the
cars that
dummies?
like hitting the wall or whatever.
Yeah.
I go crazy for that shit. I'm like, oh, not buying that one. Ain't never getting that fucking car right there.
Yeah, what's that model?
No,
Never.
dude, me and Davi we go back and forth on like, you keep this in mind. Don't get this one. Don't get that one. Check it out.
It's important.
He makes me look at cars all the time. So now I'm always like looking for shit and I'm like, oh, look, check that one out.
Yeah, he's a huge car guy. I need a new car. My car's shit.
Oh,
You have a dream car?
a dream car?
Yeah.
I mean,
Without like money's no question. You drive whatever the fuck you want starting tomorrow. It's just in your driveway tomorrow
so
morning.
I'm not like educated on cars, excuse me, enough to like tell you something really cool. Because I would want something really cool, but I don't know enough yet.
What
so,
kind of
like-
car then? Like are you looking
Well,
for
like-
like a
I can tell you what I want, what I would want to drive tomorrow, what I would want to have as my everyday driver tomorrow.
okay.
It would be a Subaru,
Oh, Subaru's okay. All right. Fair.
like a Crosstrek or like a Legacy or an Impreza, but not a hatchback.
Okay. I'd like a Tesla. I think there's other cars that I've dreamt of, like Ferraris and stuff like that, but Tesla. I'm in
So-
for the future.
Okay, future.
You got a problem with that?
A little. Not the future, but like I get into these new ass cars now and they try to make everything really simple and easy, but they just end up adding so many like buttons and different fucking things and functions that you just don't need. You just give me a knob. Just give me a little fucking twisty thing for my AC. Like why the hell do I have to go onto the screen, onto the settings to literally turn the fan like speed down? Why? Why can't I just click, 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 click?
They're trying to clean up the display of the car. They want everything to be kind of centralized, make the whole thing just look more sleek. That's like the future design.
Yeah, but I don't know, it's just weird. I also don't
Minimalist.
like the buttons as the gear shift.
Oh, the
Like
paddles?
No, not the paddle shifters. Like it literally is like P button. R for reverse. It's a button. At like
Oh,
yeah, I
I've
hate
never
those.
seen that.
Oh, they're in all of the new cars. I hate that shit. The paddle shifters are sick, but I hate the fucking no, not for me.
Never seen that shit. But
Wait till you see like
since you're working with new cars all the time, you actually have like a peek into the future, which is
Yeah.
cool.
We
You let
just-
us know what's coming.
we just had a 2024 Dodge Hornet in the shop. It was a cool color too. It was like
Can I see what one of
Slate
those
blue.
looks like?
it's got a sick emblem. It's like a black
Is it a Challenger
Hornet.
type?
No, it's an SUV. Funny
Oh,
enough.
oh.
Yeah.
My answer would be like a Challenger.
Yeah, I don't even know what to imagine.
Like a
when you say
Demon or a
that.
Hellcat.
That would
I
be
love
cool.
those.
Oh,
There's a Hornet. It was that color right there, that blue one, that first blue
Oh,
one.
that looks like a Lambo truck. You know what a Lambo truck looks like?
No.
We could pull that up after, but that's
The exact
really
car right there.
nice.
Yeah, there was
That is really nice.
like a crazy dent in the back bumper of it.
Oof.
When you say Lambo truck, you mean the Lamborghini Urus? Urus, the SUV.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, right there.
Oh yeah, yeah, it does.
Oh, that's so fucking sexy. I'd
Funny
get
enough.
that car.
That looks like a car you would get like in a racing game, like that you would build.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. 100%.
Yeah, that's cool. Like that's definitely a cool part about my job is that I get to work with like brand new cars. But the dealership is also always giving me big ass trucks. Every time I walk up, I'm like, another big ass truck. They look at me and they're like, another big ass truck, Eddie. I'm like, okay, you go jump in this one real quick, fucking get my shit all together and just go clunk, 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 clunk. Fucking get into drive. They're so big that like we get so many trucks. We'll get the Silverados all the time, the fucking F-150s, Rams. They're all big bitches, dude. I hate driving them.
So you're driving a lot of different cars. Like, how many different cars
Yeah.
are you driving in a week, do you think?
Oh, like at least one a day, like 7.
Still a lot. Nice.
Like, because if I drop a car off, then I'm normally picking up another car. So then it's like 2 cars.
Do you feel like you're getting into cars more?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
In what ways?
Just like noticing them, understanding like shit I can do to them, things I can do myself, things I can like change on B's car because B has like an actual nice car. So I'm like, I could just literally get you a different trim and your car looks mean. I could just get you a different like front bumper and shit looks mean.
Right.
Or like a different grill.
modifications.
Yeah, exactly. So that's been cool. And my brother just keeps talking about it all the time. So it's like, it's just learning more about it. I'm like, oh, you can do that. Oh, you could do this. Oh, you can replace that. Oh, you can change this.
The car business is crazy. You know,
Yeah.
that's one that's like, out of all of the jobs that you could have where you think about how much you can rely on it, like the car business, at least for the foreseeable future, is going to be fine. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
mechanics and car dealerships, like that's something that's always, you know,
Yeah.
been around.
I think mechanics for sure. Dealerships right now they're taking a hit because the strike is still going on, and more people keep adding to the United
I forgot
Workers.
about the strike. Yeah.
The United Auto Workers. So like, it's affected us because we'll like call a dealership like Ford, or GM and be like, hey, I need parts. Like I need this part. Can you check for me? And they'll check and they're like, we don't have it in stock. We can order it, but we don't have an ETA because it's coming from Michigan.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, say less. I got it. I understand. So like that keeps happening to the car brands where like the car brands that are being affected by the strike. So that kind of sucks, but we're working around it
Yeah.
as best we can.
Yeah. The writer's strike, we talked about it on the Monday podcast, but it seemed like it was coming to an end, but now it keeps getting pushed back. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of strikes going on right now.
I heard something about an actress called out Megan Fox for dressing up as like a specific thing because of the strike. Like I guess the strike was supposed to you weren't supposed to wear anything from like struck material.
What's struck?
Like what they were striking.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
It took me a minute to
Yeah,
understand.
I think they're not supposed to be advertising anything that has to do with these movies or their roles or anything like media related, just to show how much they affect the business, right? Like without them, you know, because all the actors and writers are all striking together, which is great because you need the writers.
You do.
Yeah, absolutely.
That I think that's what's important is like the actors need to understand that.
Yeah, and it's great. It's great that they're getting the support too.
Yeah.
Because in a lot of industries, like writers, they're in the shadows. You know, they're not really the ones that get a lot of recognition. Even when you go to the music industry, like the amount of people that are writing on certain songs and people that are producing things that absolutely get 0% recognition, but are really a pivotal part of the process. Without them, the song, the movie, those things don't even get written. So it's great that they're doing it. I know that they're really looking for restrictions on AI so that doesn't become a problem, right? With AI writing scripts for people. I think they're one of the things that they wanted is that AI cannot interpret any script whatsoever, right? Nothing new can be generated from AI based on a script that is being written or hasn't been written at all. Like, you cannot use AI at all, which is great.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it keeps people with jobs, keeps
Keeps it
people
original.
fed, keeps it original, keeps the process creative. It's not very creative if you just find an answer in a second,
Yeah.
with one click.
Yep.
And I think we've talked about it a lot too, that's the best part of us, is our mind, is our creativity. That's what makes us who we are.
Yeah.
So if that
100%.
can't be explored, then what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, for real.
What are we going to become?
The computer's not going to tell us how we got here. The computer's not going to give us the answers we want. I promise you.
Yep.
You're not going to be able to put in all the information you have about the earth, and then AI is going to generate you the answer. They're going to generate you the answer you want to hear.
That's true too. And it also depends on who's running the AI, who's giving the AI the answers.
Yeah.
Because if it's not being protected or run by something trustworthy, then what it's replying to you could be, technically written by someone else or coded by someone else to give certain answers, right? Like if you're...
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So
Like almost
the whole
like,
thing could be corrupted too.
Yeah, well, it's people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep going far and far. Like you can keep going farther and farther. Good. But it is all fucking corrupt. It is all completely corrupt. Which is annoying.
100%. So next week we're gonna have Jill on the podcast, right? She's bringing
Yes.
us some glass and some shit. What else is it the dab? I think that she wanted to bring next week. Was there something else?
Possibly, yeah. We'll see if she is going to be bringing us dabs. She said goodies, so she'll have some interesting stuff. Like she's the person who really introduced me into like moon rocks and like
Right, you mentioned
smoking
that.
moon rocks.
Yeah.
And then dabs, like how to actually properly fucking hit dabs. She's the one who got me into it.
Damn.
Yep.
That's just gonna be lit.
Yeah, I'm
It's gonna be
excited.
fun. Yeah. And then the week after that we have Chris from Temescal Wellness, which is another dispensary. He'll be coming through. That'll be fun.
Yes.
And then we're fucking into Thanksgiving and Christmas and then the New Year, dude. Things are gonna speed up here.
Yeah, they are.
I can't wait. This is probably the best part of the year.
Yeah,
Best
everything
season.
gets really fast. You're right, though.
Yeah.
Everything goes so fast because it's so like quick. I feel like you're like, oh yeah, I have 4 or 5 weeks, and then you're like, holy shit, it's been 3 weeks already. I have like 2 to 3 weeks left. And that's it.
Yeah. Once Halloween comes, then it's fucking full steam ahead.
Yeah.
How soon? Because this time of the year, this is present time. How soon do you guys start buying presents? Are you like weeks before, or are you like the day before Christmas? You're running on buying presents.
So unfortunately, funny enough, when I worked at the mall, it made it more difficult to shop because you're either shopping before or after your 12 to 14 hour shift, or you are shopping like on your day off, on your one day off during holiday. Because if you're full time, you're working all the fucking time. So for me, it was always like, let me try to get as much as I could on Black Friday in between my shift times. And then whatever I didn't get, it got spread out to like a week and a half before Christmas. Because that was when I could just crunch and go into the mall and figure something out.
Yep.
And this year I have more time. So I'm just going to be hopefully pacing it out.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Good luck.
I still have ADHD, so that didn't go away.
ADHD math.
No, literally, like, if I have this much time, I'll be fine. Like, just counting down the literal fucking seconds. Like, I have Waze up telling me what time I can leave by, so I know.
Yeah.
I'm still fucking late.
I always our goal is Black Friday. Black Friday,
Yeah.
we still do physical shopping. Bella and I have been
Yes.
doing since we first met, so it's like a tradition. Even if we don't buy a lot of things, that's kind of when we go out, we stay up late at night, we get a coffee, and we see what the deals are and just make a thing of it. Because it's, Thanksgiving night, you're with your family, it's a great time. So if we don't get our shopping done on Black Friday, everything else is ordered, and that's it. I'm never going to a physical location after Black Friday.
You're wild. So,
I mean, if we have to, we have to. But Amazon, that shit.
so I understand because I worked. This will be my very first Black Friday that I haven't worked in
That's lit.
13 years.
Nice. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. I've literally worked every Black Friday since I was 17.
Wow.
Yeah,
So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna shop instead.
Go right back to where you were for the last 13 years.
Except for I get to be on the other side of the
back
counter.
room
Just
to check,
Dude.
check stock.
Yeah.
She's in the back room.
Honestly,
I just got
I'm
moved
not
to
gonna.
another branch. I'm back.
I'm not gonna push my luck.
You might end up clocking in, dude.
Honestly, I'm surprised. I worked 2 Black Fridays. I worked one at TJ Maxx, which is stupid because we don't have discounts. So it was just a regular work day, but just stupid busy. And I worked Black Friday at Best Buy, which is like notorious Black Friday spot.
I did Dick's Sporting Goods 5 a.m. one year, and then I got off like at 1, I think. Best Buy is nuts, though. You guys probably had a line. We didn't have a line.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
we had a line. I tell people all the time, I hated working Black Friday, not because it was busy, because when it was busy, time flew by so quick. It was when it hit 4 a.m. and there was no one in there, and I had to stay there until 12, and there's just nothing to do.
And that's kind of like that, more often than not nowadays.
Yeah, because Mass introduced. I don't know if it was Mass that introduced the law that like you can't. We already had the blue law. You can't open on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of malls moved to 6 a.m. instead of 12 a.m. opening, which is, I don't know why, but it cut out 6 hours of selling time. And so now the malls that have, that open that early, it's just a bunch of teenagers
Yeah.
instead of
Or me
getting.
and Bella.
Yeah, that's true.
Looking like a bunch of teenagers.
But
We noticed that last year. There was a lot of things that weren't open that early.
Yeah. Yep. And it sucks. Like, cause it's fun to open at midnight. Like when you get that many people, Black Friday was always my favorite day. So it's like, it's exciting for me, but it's also bittersweet because it is so fun. As crazy and hectic as it is, it's so fun as like a sales manager to watch the numbers just go, 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 go. And everyone's just fucking selling and everyone's just buying left and fucking right. And that's just so easy. Like it's like the easiest day to sell anything to anyone besides, it's the second day, sorry. The easiest day is Christmas Eve. I could sell a size 13 to a man that needed a size 9. And I could sell him a fucking red one when he asked me for black. Okay? And say, you have 365 days to return it. Bring it to me December 26th. I'll be fucking open.
He's like,
Extra
I'll be
hours.
here.
No, dead ass. I'll order it for you after then.
Eddie's
After
on
fucking
Wall
Christmas.
Street.
Dude, I should have been. I fucking should have been.
Ringing the bell.
Dude, someone like a guy would come in and be like, what do you have in this size for Uggs? I'd bring out the fucking triple Baileys because that's it's like $350. So that's why no one wants to fucking buy it. He's like, I'll take it. I'm like, oh, bet.
Sheesh.
Do another one for snow boots. Oh, here, I only have Ugg snow boots. Bet. Or when it snowed and then construction workers come in, hey, I need snow boots. Here's $100 snow boots by North Face.
Oh my God, that's
Dude,
crazy.
it'd be like 5 of them in a row because they'd all come in together and I'd be like, let's fit you. Let's do it. Because I'm fucking cold. I want to make fucking money. I'm here because you got to be here. Let's strap you into some fucking $110 boots. Cha-ching. Cash in my pocket.
What was
Commission.
your sales goal at the end of Christmas Eve?
It all depends. It like where you are. But the highest that I did was in Braintree. I beat the highest week, like by the store, and we beat the highest day. We did. I don't remember how much we did, to be honest with
Roughly?
you. Oh, we did like
Within 10,000.
we did like 80 grand that week, and like a normal week
Golly.
is like supposed to be like 24-30. We should have done more, but like Christmas Eve, Christmas Eve. I think our goal was like 100 and something K, and we did like 100 and I was like 110K. I'll pull up the picture. I'll figure it out. I'll give you actual statistics, but it was a lot of fucking money, dude. That's just so
100
fun.
grand and all you're selling is shoes. And then there's like some shirts, socks,
Yeah.
stuff like accessories. But I mean, shoes is
Is
the
the
meat.
main thing,
Golly, that's a lot of fucking shoes.
dude. And your average customer is usually buying around that time of year. Your average transaction is like $85 to $100
So they're walking out with like 2 shoes and some socks or something.
every time, or they're walking out with Uggs, or they're walking out with Tim's every time. But usually it's Uggs, Tim's, Hunter boots, Doc Martens. Yo, Doc Martens are $180 fucking all the time. Timberland boots are $200.
What the fuck did the stock room look like?
Oh,
was that shit
huge,
packed?
huge. The Braintree one is the biggest one, but the Peabody one's my favorite one because the way that it's set up, it was so perfect.
Or just a lot of
Massive.
space?
So much space. In Braintree, I think we had like almost 11,000 units at one point.
Whoa. Damn.
Yeah.
11,000 boxes.
Yep, they're all boxes in the stockroom. They're organized by they're all unisex, organized by brand. Now they're unisex. But at one point, because Converse is like one of our top selling shoes, at one point in the stockroom in my Braintree store, I had to count because we were doing like physical inventory checks for brands. It's 1,400 pairs of fucking Converse.
Okay.
1,400 pairs.
I have a pitch for you. You don't have to take it. But you should consider doing realty and selling houses. Pushing that inventory with the numbers you've done, holy shit, you'd fucking take over the world. You'd be a billionaire by the end of the year.
See, I just got to figure out what I got to do for it, you know?
Yeah.
And then, like, the thing is, you got to get the market at the right time.
Oh, for sure. Selling houses, like selling shoes.
Dude, if I got it right, if I sold like 6 houses in a year, it'd be fine.
Do you know, so you got commission, right?
Yeah.
Did you kind of have the math to tell you how much you were getting per shoe?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, because we had a flat rate commission on everything we sold as a full-time manager. And then you had like store override, which is a small percentage on every single thing that the store sold. So you could easily do your math, and then your base.
Do you know your math? Like, if for every Uggs you sold, how much were you
No,
getting?
not like that. But like it was easy to do. Like if you sold $100 pair of shoes, you made $4.
Okay. I mean,
That could add up.
yeah,
That could add up quick.
yeah, like $1 in the jar every day kind of thing. That'll add up.
But
How many? Do you
Only-
know how many individual sales you've done in a day? Like transactions. Like I did 40 transactions today.
oh yeah, I used to check all the time, but I don't know what my
Oh.
I don't know what my top one. I don't know my number one though. I beat the record in Braintree for highest week by employee though. I made mad money. I don't remember how much I made, but mad fucking money. I beat it in Natick my first year.
How much of it do you think is location?
Oh,
How much of it is your sell ability?
okay.
How much is it your staff? What do you think? What would the percentages be? Because I can imagine that depending on where the fuck you are, you know, if you're in a rich neighborhood in a nice mall, you're gonna, you're gonna sell your shit for sure. Especially if you have a good location. Like,
So
think about how many locations at certain malls die because they're like,
it depends.
by one of the exits in the corner.
It depends. So like Braintree isn't the best of locations because there's a lot of gang activity in the area. There's an annual shooting in the mall. No matter what.
Annual.
Correct.
Annual.
Yep.
Bullets being fired
Yep.
in the mall.
Scheduled.
Yep. Last year, unfortunately, a kid got shot, I'm pretty sure, in the head inside of Forever 21. But I'm almost positive he survived. This past year, a girl was chased from her store that she worked at, like followed off like to her break. She went and got food, and then that person like followed her around, chased her around afterwards. Yeah, like shit like that happens all the time. But that's the highest the highest sales store.
Okay, so the mall where people are getting shot in the head has your most sales.
Yep, it's the biggest store. It's the biggest store in New England.
Biggest inventory.
Robberies. Got to dump that cash.
Or whoever's running your numbers is also up to some shady shit.
No,
you didn't sell as
you
much
can't
as
fake.
you thought.
You can't fake that. I mean, if you do, your inventory catches it. But like in that kind of store,
But I know people that would do like TVs on the side. So you just put a few shoe boxes in your car
Oh.
and sell it to your friends and then
So
say that you sold it.
the person I replaced was doing sketchy shit and got caught, and so that's yeah. But the thing is, like, for that kind of store, you really want to put someone who's in a high-ranking position that the company and the the district manager and the regional manager really trust.
Hell yeah.
So after
the
that
numbers.
situation, I was put in there to like fix that. But But it's hard because it's a city store, and if your staff doesn't work for you, you really can't get them to work as a team to get them to do what you want them to do.
Right.
So that was like my hardest struggle at first, was like getting the staff to work for me, because they really didn't want to, because they didn't want to do what I needed them to.
And that was probably also a huge help to selling.
Yeah, so you have like, it all works together, and that's the thing, is you have to have everything. So your location really doesn't matter as much as you would think, and your traffic doesn't matter. So you have to think of it as like, you can't change how many people come in and out of your store, other than standing outside and saying hi to every single person. But you can change how much they buy by showing them everything. You can change how many people buy by how many people you're talking to and engaging to, and really sitting down and getting them to try on. 70% of the people that sit down to buy or to try on shoes will buy them.
Right. For sure. And I've gone into a lot of stores where the person that was selling to me, I was like, I don't even want to give it to you. So fuck you. I'll go to a different store.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm definitely about that. Like if you,
It's a
you
service,
don't even care
man.
that
It's a
I'm here,
service.
100%.
It's a service. That's why like I won't go into certain shoe stores, won't go into certain places, because I know that they're not going to service me. That's not what I want.
But did any of those kids that were working for you, were there any incentives for them financially?
Yeah, we had contests all the time. You could run contests in your store, like between you and your managers and stuff like that. Like put that contest on for your staff. I did that a lot. You can talk to your DM to get gift cards and shit to run contests. The contest became like way more inclusive for everyone on staff. There's employee of the month that you can shoot for. And then
Great movie. Great movie.
I'm dead. Yeah, it is a really good movie. Yeah, there's a decent amount of incentives.
That's good. Yeah, I'm assuming you can't get commission until you're a manager or something.
Yeah, so you're a key holder.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which is cool. And then the incentive just keeps growing and growing. But it's like, they all have to work together, but it's definitely one of those like triangle, like everything leads up to one thing, but you need all of them to work together.
How were the sales in that store before you were there? Was it shit?
Yeah, but I struggled a lot, and I didn't have that much support, unfortunately. So like I didn't do as great as I should have, but every other store that I was in prior to that increased after I took it over.
Speaking of incentives, I've been seeing a lot of things about this. What do you guys feel about tipping, like in restaurants and things like that?
That's so much of a better segue than I was gonna present.
Well, I was gonna say, because
Thanks, man.
I personally I think it's kind of stupid, the fact that we need a tip, and I know other places don't have tips. Like, what do you guys feel about that?
I think that we should pay people a living wage so that they're not dependent on tips from someone. If you're having a bad day, unfortunately, and you're in the service industry, you have to take it with you. Like, I understand people say leave it at the door. That's not possible sometimes. And for some people, you wear it on your fucking face. You try your hardest not to, but you do. And like, that shouldn't be the difference between whether or not you get a tip, because that one bad day doesn't mean you're a bad server. It just means you're having a bad day and this person pushed your fucking buttons. So like, no matter what, I try to tip well if I go out. Unless you're really horrible, I'm going to tip you like 20%. And then if you're really awesome, I'll tip you a little bit more.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I'm pretty generous with tipping.
Because I get it.
My dad hates it.
I mean,
My dad hates it.
It
so
doesn't really
funny.
make sense. Like, why? Like, realistically, like, I think in an ideal world, the restaurant would just pay the person. Because why do you need to get tipped in certain places where other places you don't? Where it's kind of like, all right, why isn't the restaurant just paying you better? Why? Because people say it's like it's incentive, but at the same time, like, I feel like losing your job should be incentive enough for you to be nice to people. I think it's pretty
Reasonable.
100%. I was going to say that I follow the rules. Like I do the percentage thing, but I'm mostly on the belief of that the system is weird. And I generally, if you aren't, accommodating, if you're not welcoming, then I'm not, I don't want to tip you as much. If anything, I feel like there's certain people that I'm like, you don't even deserve anything. But I follow the rules, so here's minimum 15%.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing is like, I think that you get people who don't even do that. And that's that's when it sucks for that person who's like, okay, I just did all of this work and I got nothing. But
yeah, well, you know, boo-hoo. Like, you got to be a better person. You got to clock in. You're in an industry where the commission is your pay. So that means you got to show up. It's
I totally get it.
Right? Like, if you want the extra money that you get from doing this, right? Because some people will go on a Saturday, like we know someone, and they'll get $500 on a Saturday, you know, just serving food, right? So, like,
I think, though, the difference is it's not extra money for them. It's the other half of their pay. And that's the thing is, like, they're not doing it getting minimum wage at the end of the week on their paycheck. They're doing it by getting $5 on their fucking paycheck versus however many hours they're working.
you know, you might just be working somewhere shit then, because most waiters will get paid pretty well. You know, especially if they work on the weekends. Yeah, but most people tip. You don't think so?
No.
I think most people follow the rules. I think if people aren't happy, they at least adhere in this country. For the most part, everyone will do minimum 10%.
Can you chime in, Law, about your dad? How does your dad feel? Because he seems like he's the opposing.
Yeah, he's a little cheap with it.
But he tips, right? Or does he not tip?
He's like, he could get petty. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He could get petty. He has a little bad experience. He's like, yo, this guy's not getting nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I've ever not tipped someone. And
I'm the same way. I've always
had some pretty
tipped.
bad experiences, and I've still like tipped a little bit. When I don't tip, though, is because nowadays I feel like every place is bringing up tips. And my rule is if a specific person didn't do a service, I'm not tipping. Where it's like I've gone into a buffet where I've gotten my food.
Oh, yeah.
They wait it, and I go to another person. They're at a register, and there's a tip thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no one did anything. I'm not tipping you guys. No.
Yeah, but the problem goes back to the system, right? Like, it's set up wrong for them. So us not wanting to tip because we don't want to, unfortunately, it's part of the system. So if you don't tip them, they're getting fucked.
Yeah.
Right? They're not making any money at all.
And that's
so
the
it's
thing.
it's more like corrupt from the restaurant.
Yeah,
angle.
that's how the restaurants want it.
Exactly. And that's where I'm on that side of thinking like it is supposed to be the restaurant's responsibility, and it is supposed to be extra cash. So if you actually service someone, you give them a good experience, then you get tipped. Because like for me, I've been tipped at the mall. I've been tipped for giving people.
Really?
Yeah,
I've been tipped.
I've been tipped.
A
Yeah,
lot.
That makes
like,
sense for you.
It's just one of those things where, and it's usually an older person because that's the thing that
Tradition,
you did,
yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
if you had a pleasant time, you really took the time out of your day to make this person feel comfortable, they're going to tip you if they can. You know what I mean? But it's usually an older person as a thank you. When I go to see my nail tech and get my nails done, I tip her. When I go to see my tattoo artist, I tip her. Because they're servicing me with something I cannot do for myself.
100%.
I don't think there's anyone I tip more than my barber.
Yeah.
I ball
that's
I
my
ball out on
tattoo
There's
artist.
certain
Yeah,
industries where
same.
you don't even question it.
That's my
you know?
that's my tattoo artist.
The only time I've ever questioned a tip is like maybe at a restaurant. You know, when it's like something like that, you know, like a tattoo, performing art on my fucking body, or like cutting my hair, doing my beard, like that's like just mandatory. If you're doing it, like that's a service. That's a real service.
It's like bartending.
Yeah.
I think like bartending is
Hell yeah.
how do bartenders get paid? Because I feel like bartenders get paid pretty well and tips.
The fucking scientists back there, 100%
But that's
get
what I'm
tips.
saying.
100%. Yeah.
Scientists.
I'll even tip like
I mean, it's cocktails. It's all fucking like
tip your bartenders.
half a
Tip your
thing
bartenders.
of this is like a ton of ingredients for some of the cocktails they do.
I feel like especially if you do that thing where you put the 2 cups and you shake it, that's extra tips right there.
man, you know what the fuck you're doing.
Extra tips.
Times 2 multiplier right there.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
And I have a friend he's a bartender as well, and he told me that every bartender has a different shake.
Oh.
There's like a style to it. It's actually part of like the
wow.
art of the industry. I was like, oh,
Wow.
dude, show me your shake. He did.
I'm dead.
You've got a wife, man.
His was very like bobbing.
I'm over here like I get drinks at the fucking Palladium when I go to a show. I'm gonna get a Red Bull vodka and just pulls it out of a fucking spout.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it depends on where you're bartending,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like you'll go to some places and people will order whatever. Like if you're in the city, you gotta know an entire menu of,
Oh yeah,
hundreds of thousands,
yeah.
maybe different
Oh, yeah.
cocktails.
Yeah. Well, there's like a school and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like you go out, you find a bartender, you get your first drink, you tip them well the very first time. You go back to that bartender, they're gonna serve you well. And you tip them just a little bit less each time because they have already gotten your money and they have already gotten your strong drinks.
Yep. And when that's the
Tip
other
your
thing, you
bartender.
just said it. Like they go to school for it.
Yeah,
you don't go to
they do.
school to be a waitress.
You
So
don't.
The system's corrupt.
No,
Fucking restaurants.
no shade to any
Don't
waitresses because
don't
that shit
tip
is
your waiters.
hard. Don't tip your waiters.
Just kidding. But do leave a note and say, hey, give this to the manager. And it just being like a spiel, like this system is corrupt. You should be paying their base higher
Distribute this evenly between the employees.
now.
That's another thing is I feel afraid to tip when I'm not 100% sure where my tip is going.
Yep.
Like at restaurants, if I have one waiter, I know that tip is going all to them. I'll tip generously. Sometimes there's like a mix of people, and I'm like, who's this tip going to?
Yep.
Like I get freaked out by that.
You know which one I say no to every single time? I don't know if it's valid or not. Could be ignorant. But like every time I'm at a Walgreens, a Home Depot, CVS, fucking gas station, and it's like, would you like to add 25 cents to this fucking cause? I'm like, fuck out of here.
So I heard that there are some corporations that do that they already make the donation, and then when people give back, that's the people making up that money,
Settling the debt.
Yeah, that deficit.
Huh. Didn't know that.
I've heard. I don't know how common that is, but I've heard some corporations or some foundations do that.
That's actually very interesting.
That was kind of how the Tom's shoes works. So like we would buy, because they're 1 for 1, right? Like that was their mission. So you bought a pair, they gave a pair. So for us, let's say for example, because I don't know any of their inventory levels, we bought like 150,000 Toms for the following season. They already know they can give away 150,000 Toms.
Yeah.
So they're not giving them away as the customer's buying them.
Right.
They're already boom done, sent
Right.
out.
Paid for.
Exactly.
Got you. That's actually really interesting.
I want to say the only that incentive, not the incentive, the fucking donation things that the only place that's gotten me was PetSmart.
Oh,
Every time.
fuck.
Where
Every
I was
time.
like,
Every time.
You want to donate to like dogs in needs? They got $20 out of me. I was like, fuck you guys.
Dude,
Yeah, I can. Not
So-
pets, not dogs.
I usually, as long as like I'm there and I'm getting a decent chunk of stuff, every time I go to Petco, PetSmart, it's like $1. And like when I had Kylo and I took him to camp, it was like $1. Damn. Whatever. $1. I know it go because like if you do your research, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
You know where it's going.
yeah. 100%.
Feel better about it.
Yeah, I mean, I would do it at a Petco if I had a dog.
Yeah.
I would definitely
you
do
have
it.
a
Like
dog?
give back to like dogs and shelters, like here in Framingham, Massachusetts. Like, yes.
You will do it when you have a dog, is what you mean.
Yeah, yeah. Which I'm going to eventually.
Yep.
Did you guys see UK banned apparently the bullies?
It's a breed of dog.
Yeah,
right?
they banned a breed
Stop.
of dog.
Yeah, they
but-
banned
I
a
posted on my
breed of
story
dog.
today.
Stop the bit like
American bullies, yeah.
Oh.
So apparently because they're violent.
they're not violent by
It's-
nature.
I know.
It's the owners.
They're literally tiny. They're so fucking short. They're just beefy.
What he said, it's the owners.
It is the
dogs
owners.
are a reflection of the owner.
Yeah.
100 trillion%.
It is the
Most
fucking
dogs
owners.
are like their owners in
Yeah.
some ways.
Uh-huh. Oh, 100%.
100%.
So
trillion
if,
percent.
if you
think
beat
pets-
your kids, your dog's gonna eat the kids. 100%.
It's gonna eat the kids.
100%. Have you ever been bitten? I know I told my story about the dog biting me in the
Yeah.
ass, which was unprovoked. I did nothing to deserve it.
Yeah, my sister's dog Max bit me in the hand.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Fucking, that was like the one time. Because normally I'm chill. So the
Yeah.
dogs can just sense your energy.
Yeah.
If you're not coming at them like fucking crazy, then
I've never been around like an ultra violent dog before.
me neither.
Except for the one that bit me in the ass.
There was one house
One.
that I pulled up to when I was doing residential plumbing, and the dog like attacked my partner, and we were just like, we're leaving, and she's like, no, please don't leave, and like my partner's like bleeding from his leg. She's like, it's not his fault, it's you. Like, and we were just like, all right, we're
Damn,
out
that
of
got-
here, and we
that got
literally
way
just
worse.
drove away. And like that person,
Damn,
did not
that's
get
fucked.
service from
That
us.
woman's fucking gaslighting that guy.
Yeah.
Your fault.
That's what really pissed us off.
fucking
That really
limping.
set us off, dude. We like got back in the truck and we were like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Like blaming us. Like we just walked through the gate. She's like, "Hi, welcome," and then like
She's
my,
like yelling.
my partner's walking up and he's like, "This dog's like safe to be around, right?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, of course, he's fine, he's friendly, he'll just warm up to you." And then he opened the gate, walked in, immediately got attacked.
I'm done.
The woman's yelling and was like, "Why the fuck do you smell like bacon?" you
Yeah,
idiot?"
no, she was literally blaming us, and we were just like, "We're leaving."
Those kinds of people, they don't deserve much in life, and I just try and ignore them.
Yeah.
And you're a plumber, so you could have fucking like stuffed a rag in one of their pipes and just
But you just left.
blown that shit up.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, I think we've talked about it before. Like, if you're a tradesman, you know how to sabotage somebody's week,
Yeah.
month, year,
Oh, 100%.
decade.
Yeah.
We could really put you in a hole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever had just just
Oh, the
you just wanted
desire?
to? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Did you do it?
not like gas, but like water.
gas. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just murder.
I know
right
you're not a
there.
murderer. No worries.
Yeah,
I mean,
but like
mustard
water,
gas.
just being like,
Yeah.
being like, it would be a shame if I just like left this open.
okay. Let me ask you another question. You
All right.
work for the city of.
Damn.
I can bleep out
Dox
the.
me.
I can.
Yeah,
I can
same.
bleep out the.
Yeah, do that
I'm gonna
before
bleep that
somebody
out.
fucking goes after my commission.
I got you. Yeah. I'll bleep that out.
I'm
You
gonna
don't
have to
get.
remind you.
Yes, please text
Oh
me.
my god, I'm like nervous right now.
I'll say it.
I'm like trying to store it.
Yeah, put
remember.
Yeah, fucking
I'm
star
gonna
that.
start
Star
saying,
that
I'm
right
gonna
now.
start saying the city a ton of times now. Just you gotta bleep all of this out.
No, please don't. Do
Yeah, don't do that, bro.
Please don't do it.
Man, I finally get this good job, and then we mention it once on a fucking marijuana podcast, and I'm gone.
Don't
Just
worry.
right
It
at
will.
the end, just right at the end, I'm gonna be like, oh, by the way, it's
Yeah.
city of what?
Yeah. Please put that in the notes.
I'll add it in here.
Okay. You don't get paid commission per visit, do you? Because you get paid by the town, right?
I don't do like residential plumbing at all now.
Right. But
So
the ones
I'm
that
just, like,
do,
city-owned buildings.
but the ones that do are paid per
You
visit,
said that.
right?
Like when I was doing residential.
Yeah, or someone
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, like you would go there and it would be like our prices. When I left, it was like $195 for two guys, $175 for one guy, and that's just to walk through the door.
Damn.
You know.
So
and then it's that amount per hour.
damn. After that,
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
Gotcha
correct. Yeah.
so you could leave it a little loose, like, oh, this will just last a day, and then you come back tomorrow. It's just
Yeah.
tighten a little bit more.
Callbacks are like a gray area because like
Oh.
most homeowners will use that against you. Like, well,
Yeah.
you just did that, so why is it my problem?
Valid. Well,
You know?
I'm glad that exists.
Yeah.
Or like, you just did that. I don't want you to come out. I want someone else to come out.
There are plumbers. There are like sketchy ass plumbers that do that. Like, that just scam the fuck out of people.
I have a great story.
Oh.
Our ice machine wasn't working a few weeks ago. And Bella was like, oh, I remember how to fix it. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, 6 months ago when it was broken, we had a guy come in. He pulls out a hairdryer and just puts it in the freezer next to the ice cartridge thing.
Oh, it just
and then
gets too cold.
5 minutes later, ice cubes started coming out.
Yeah.
We had to pay him like $200. He was like, next time if it happens, it's just too cold. And we're like, all right, thanks, man. So then Bella remembered, and thank God, because we're like, fucking ice isn't working.
I'm dead.
Which
Fucking
is
hair
like
dryer. Saved you
200
$200.
ridiculous.
Like, that's ridiculous.
We
The saying now, like when you go through your classes, is like these people aren't paying. My mic is doing that thing again.
no worries.
These people aren't paying you for your labor. Like, you're getting paid for your knowledge. Like, you've
Right.
dedicated a
Yeah.
certain amount of time to this craft.
Yeah.
The fact that you could walk in and you immediately know the problem and you fix it, it may be a quick fix, but the fact that you can look at it and know what's wrong immediately
Oh no.
That's what
That's
you get
why you're
paid
so
for.
efficient, and that's
Yeah.
why you should be paid so well, 100%.
No, I don't think it's ridiculous like that they would pay that much for the service. I think it's more like ridiculous that it's like, yo, that's such a crazy fucking fix.
It's the knowledge that
yeah.
is why I paid him
That's-
200 fucking bucks. If I just read the book that told me to use a hairdryer,
I don't think that's in the manual.
what do you think
that might be a liability if that's in the manual.
Yeah. By the way, his name was. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Pretty city of
Fuck
blood.
is up?
Another thing I gotta fucking bleep out. Should DM this shit to him.
Just
For the
to-
record, I do not participate in the smoking on this podcast. I'm just back here.
behind some
In case
shield.
Andy does somehow
Bleep out real
forget
name.
to
Bleep out
bleep
real
it.
name.
Yeah.
Damn, bro, you just put my real name out there. Now I gotta bleep that too.
Andy?
Damn. You should bleep that out. You should bleep all of that out.
We should just bleep out the whole podcast.
Andy Santiago?
Damn, first and last.
Government
Oh,
names.
fucking dead.
Government.
Imagine.
Oh, fucking dead.
Because I didn't forget, can you pull up the trailer for Wilfred, the TV show? Because I want you to see it.
Okay.
So you understand what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Because we mentioned stoner shit last time and like stuff to watch while you're stoned. What's better while you're stoned?
Okay.
You're just going to be like, what am I watching? What am I watching? What am I watching?
I have a feeling. When you first described it to me, that was the feeling that I had.
But it's cool. It's different. That's why I think it's interesting. I'm also always going to bring up some weird ass shit for you.
Is it this?
Yeah. It's not Daniel Radcliffe. I'm sorry. It's Elijah Wood. I'm such an asshole. I'm such an asshole.
That's not Harry Potter. He's from Lord of the Rings.
Yes, I know.
All these
My
fucking
fault.
white guys look the same.
My fault, dude. My fault. I don't know why I did that.
Harry.
I'm so sorry to both actors.
No, that's definitely Daniel Radcliffe. It's okay.
I live next door, and I completely forgot to make arrangements for my dog. Wilfred, come here, boy. He's really sweet.
Have a seat. I ain't gonna bite you.
Oh.
Talks to me. We talk to each other. Full-on conversations.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wait.
But to everyone else, he looks like
He's
a real dog.
Yep.
What the fuck? That's such a good
Actually,
concept.
Yeah, I was just about to say that's a crazy concept.
What are you doing, boy? Sowing the seeds of chaos and anarchy.
You know, I might have to watch it.
Yes.
You're a regular Scooby-Doo.
Ah! What the hell? That's the most racist character ever created. Ruh-roh. Who talks like that?
That's something a dog would say.
Hulu.
Oh shit.
Speaking of Hulu, Hulu just got purchased.
By who?
Disney.
No way.
$8.61 billion.
Holy shit.
That was a segue I said earlier that I was like, good thing Pham segued there because my segue was so bad. But it turns out that was a great segue. Okay.
Wait, did that just drop when you wanted to bring it up?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Okay, so let's go through some. Can we get a list of major Hulu properties real quick?
Yeah.
Like,
I just felt like I could find a better spot to get that in. And then like Hulu popped up and I was like, now's the fucking time.
holy shit, this is actually a great rabbit hole, but I have to
Sorry.
pee so bad. Do you
Yeah,
mind?
no, I also have to go to the bathroom.
No,
Love
this
you
is a
guys.
great segue because this is
Yeah.
actually, I mean, this is breaking news.
Yes,
we have
correct.
to talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I also have to.
Yeah,
I also
yeah.
have to go
Okay,
to the
cool.
bathroom. So this
Okay,
works
I'm
out.
gonna.
And we'll finish it off with the 2 bongs.
We'll be right back, guys.
All right, what were you saying?
That's why I was looking at the hand of God over there.
It might have a
Yeah,
little
you
bit
can
of
see me like
extra water.
I have like a certain posture over here
Yeah,
with
you
my fingers too. Just softly rubbing them.
Viewers can't see what we see, so
Yeah.
just sounds wrong.
We got some different content behind the camera.
Can we get a little post-hit cheer?
Shatters.
Yeah, just explodes.
I have a story about that actually. I went to transport a bong a while back that I had bought, like just a simple little beaker bong, and I took it from inside the house, put it in my car, put it in the cup holder in my car, when I lifted it up, the whole bottom of the beaker had just like shattered because I think the temperature changed. That glass was too thin, and it was just glass and shit in my fucking cup holder.
Have you seen the video recently of this guy, and the caption's like, clearly didn't go to 4th grade science, and it's freezing outside, and like his window is blocked by ice, so he grabs a bucket full of boiling water and dumps it on his car, and the glass just shatters immediately. Like, dude,
I can't.
Have you seen the videos
I can't with people.
where it's like cold and then like they want to see like the water like evaporate?
yeah.
And it's like boiling hot water, so they throw it in the air and then it falls back down on them.
Yes.
And they're just like pouring boiling hot water on themselves.
Where
Yes.
they don't understand it needs to be a certain temperature, like cold for it to actually work.
Yeah, they think it could just go from like 212 degrees to like evaporation in a split second.
I'm fucking dead,
Fucking
dude.
great idea.
Okay, so before we took a pause, that Disney news just dropped, right? They acquired Hulu for $8.6 billion.
So they already had like a majority stake in it, but they purchased a final 33%.
Wow.
Oh wow.
So
Dude,
now they
Disney's
have full control.
Taking
It's a monopoly.
over
Yeah,
everything.
Just
I was
eating
just about to say they're
everything.
monopolizing.
Yeah.
Monopolizing.
And do you know? And do you know at the end it's gonna be like a battle of to the death? It's gonna be between like Apple and Disney. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, it really
buying each
is.
other
Like
out.
Microsoft
It really
is gonna die off somehow.
Yeah.
Don't forget about
Sony.
Amazon.
Oh shit, Amazon as well.
Because now Amazon's in the food industry, too.
Yeah. I mean,
With Whole Foods?
I was watching a
Scary.
I
It's
was
just
watching
a
video.
bunch of monopolies, man.
The
Yeah, it is.
amount of stores that are closing or going bankrupt because of Amazon is ridiculous. They're like the Genghis Khan of companies.
What other stores closed down that you know?
Well, I mean, like, well, a little bit coming back, but like Toys R Us.
Right.
I know a lot of Best Buys got shut down.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
random stores are starting to like close down because they're losing sales because of Amazon. And
Yeah.
Yeah, department stores have been closing down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They took I'm pretty sure they took the Neiman Marcus out of the Natick Mall.
Yep. They just
took
moved
big
Barnes
ones.
and Nobles.
Wait, where?
And from Natick, they moved it to a different plaza.
Oh,
Yeah. And that Barnes and Nobles has been there for like mad long.
yeah.
But anyways, stores like that, like bookstores, like even that shit's, little by little.
Yeah.
Like Blockbuster. See ya. Goodbye.
Yeah.
GameStop. I don't know how
Well-
you're still here.
Dude.
Theaters for a second, and then people realized, wait, we actually like this.
Yeah, this is an experience that we
they
can't
were-
all have in our
dude, they
fucking
were
house.
they were on the brink
The
of
brink,
death.
yeah.
I was so
They-
scared, dude.
I never really doubted it. I feel like, it's such an experience where it's like, I think like movie theaters and restaurants are two things that are like, it's going to be almost impossible to close this down because it's not like the product itself, it's the experience people go for.
Potentially, but let me have a rebuttal then. What if VR or Apple Vision is as good as going to a movie theater? I guess the only thing you'd miss out on is the social experience.
It's not as accessible.
No.
It's not your
I'm talking
it's-
like, because he said never. So, I mean, it could be 100 years.
Here's what I will say about it. Like, unless the VR includes you getting dressed, you getting in your car, you actually leaving, meeting up with friends and being there and knowing that you're physically there, like it's not like just like the surrounding
Valid.
environment.
Valid.
Yeah, 'cause
But
I
in a
think for
world
me
of
it's really
antisocial people,
Okay, but
Who
even
knows?
I think that like even with this generation potentially being more closed off and antisocial, they have their own groups, right? Like it's not necessarily about the social aspect of seeing strangers. It's I went and saw this at the theater when it first came out with this person, and this was the experience we had.
I hope people keep living with that. It's one of the most beautiful things that I've ever experienced in my life. I mean, some of the core memories I have with certain people are at movie theaters. Just
Dude.
remembering like an insane experience. You look at the people that you were around and then you talk about it for hours. You got to eat. It's just,
Yeah,
it can be a beautiful experience.
we talked about doing that with movie theaters, Hooters, Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I've done marathons in movie theaters before.
Oh
Like,
my
watched
god, yeah,
movie after movie after movie, like 5 in a row before.
nice.
I want to go to, Marvel had this thing where they played like all of the movies from the Infinity Saga, which was like a total of 20 something movies, I believe. and you would go to the theaters and they would just have it on 24 hours and you could like fucking sleep there and people did that. I was like, oh, I would like to do like a shift, you know? I'll do like 4 or 5 movies late at night. It'd be a vibe.
Yeah.
But I want to do something like that. Going back to Disney, do we know what Hulu owns? Like as far as copyright to certain titles or something?
Like exclusive shows or things like that?
Yeah.
Watch this shit.
Any titles? Like any big
Watch this.
franchises?
Named Pedro.
What up?
He already had this ready to go.
Oh, okay. Well, I brought up exclusive shows. So Handmaid's Tales, Only Murder in the Building, which I think is that Selena Gomez one.
Yeah, it is.
A couple other shows that I've never heard of. Here, I can just bring it up here. But The Bear, Atlanta.
The Bear's a big one.
Reservation Dogs. Yeah, these are the bigger ones. Futurama.
But
American Horror Story.
Oh yeah, because FX.
Yeah. So
Because that's a big one. Is FX, Hulu, and
so that's
FX,
the
right?
list right there.
Let me say it one more time just to make sure.
interesting.
Oh, Letterkenny.
You know, because
Ooh.
something like Disney Plus is all exclusives, right? If Hulu is now owned by Disney, they're probably in their best interest would be to just keep
Merge.
Hulu
Well,
and just own it, you know? Because
Yeah,
you
but-
can't take the content because they only do exclusive content. Does that
I
make
see what you're
sense?
saying, yeah. But I think that they would do like a bundle. Like if you get Disney Plus, like if you have Disney Plus, you get Hulu. Kind of like they do with ESPN.
Yeah, I have that bundle where it's ESPN, Disney Plus,
Yeah.
and Hulu.
Yeah, Hulu's already on one of those bundles.
Yeah.
So then they don't have to do anything.
Yeah, I think they just keep the Hulu name. They keep everything the same, except in the back end, they just own everything.
Yeah.
And all the creative rights and direction and everything.
Yeah, that's what I meant earlier when I said that they just finished off that final 33% of the stake. They were already majority stakeholders.
I see.
They just finished off for full control.
They just took the last bite
Yeah.
And you guys want to know the net worth as well.
did.
Ready?
of Disney.
Do you guys have any guesses?
Net
Oh.
worth of Disney. They just bought something for $8.6 billion.
I think it's got to be like 120, 125 billion, 150 billion. That's my guess.
I want to say like 750 billion.
Jesus Christ, no, you're a lot closer. With 150, it's a
Like unrealistic.
It's way out there.
Who's almost a trillionaire right now? There's something that was just announced about
No.
someone being a trillionaire.
Taylor Swift is now a billionaire.
billionaire, yeah.
Billionaire.
Jesus Christ, yeah, it makes sense though.
It's her relationship with Travis
That's
Kelce.
some very convenient timing, by the way.
No, I'm assuming it happened because of everything that's been happening.
At the same time, she dropped a movie. At the same time, she's, just interesting correlations.
145.16 billion.
Ah.
So less than 700 billion. But
Significantly less than
Hey,
700 billion fucking
She shot
dollars.
low, and I shot, way over the fucking hoop.
yeah, never go on to Price is Right because you're gonna do that well.
Price is right.
Not a show for me, bro. Not a show for
She's
me.
like, I think I'm gonna go with $20.99, and he's like,
4 quadrillion.
fuck it. 4 billion and 4 cows.
Oh,
Four
fucking dead.
cows.
Can I ask you a follow-up question? How much were they worth, let's say, 25 years ago? Or like before, at 2000 and 1999 maybe? Is
Disney
that
net
one?
worth in 2000?
That's before Star Wars,
Yep.
Yeah. True.
whatever else they own.
Because they've been
Yeah.
slowly just
eating it up. Hungry
Not quietly.
hippos.
Not quietly though.
So in 2002, revenue for the year increased 1% to 25.3 billion.
Wow.
25.3 billion in
Damn,
2002.
I was gonna guess in the millions
Wow.
for them. For
Like
them.
5x didn't know even more.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Golly.
so
Well,
in
I mean,
2000,
if you think about it as well, the 2002, Disney Park was open, or at least Mickey Mouse was still a thing, and that's probably what gave them all of that.
Yeah.
or how like my question was going to be like how long in 2000 how long had Disney been a thing?
All right. When was Disney first founded?
Yeah, I know it's old.
Yeah, because
I
it
know
could
it's
have been
old,
like
old.
50 years in, some shit like that,
Right.
and that's why they're at 25 billion.
Yeah.
I
We've
think
talked
it's like
about this.
1940s or something.
1923.
God
Whoa.
damn!
God.
I was off.
God.
Oh, because that's the
damn.
early Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Dummy.
Have you seen any of those?
Yeah, I have. And we've talked about theories with Walt Disney, right? Like him being frozen and shit.
Yeah.
And him being.
I think we
brushed
went
over it.
Yeah, brushed over it. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah. I wonder what else Disney owns. I don't.
They're-
As far as I know, they don't own anything out of film, right? Or do they fucking own like certain food brands? Oh Jesus.
Oh, they partner with Coca-Cola. They partner with a lot of people. I'm sure they have parts of Coca-Cola. I'm sure of it. If not, it's Pepsi. Whoever sponsors their drinks at Disney. You know what I mean? Because they're not making homemade soda.
Imagine.
It's contracts. Imagine. It's contracts.
That's so much fucking money.
And then the movie theaters too, though. Because like AMC has certain drinks and food versus other theaters. So all the contracts they have with different brands.
Yep.
Holy shit.
What?
No, they just brought up a diagram.
Let me see this fucking crazy diagram of
Well, I mean,
them owning the world.
I can't really. It's give you an idea. I can't even read because the letters are so small. But I could just give you a size chart comparison of.
The
Yes,
things that
yeah.
they own.
Yep. I've seen this chart before.
How much can you
I really
zoom in?
appreciate that it's the shape of Mickey's head.
Yeah.
Same.
Not even legible. Oh, ESPN,
Yep,
ABC, Hulu now.
Yeah, I mean, even on my monitor here, I couldn't even read this. It's,
Can you find
it's
a
so
different
small. Yeah,
version?
I'm gonna try to find a different.
Well, I mean, just from seeing that,
Yeah, but that could just give you an idea. It's a lot.
that's crazy.
What's the end goal there, man?
Take over,
Take over the world. Yeah,
World
take over the
domination.
world.
It's gotta be. They're gonna
course it is.
militarize at some point.
Well, I mean, like they do say, like taking over the world, like you got to get to the people, influence what people think and everything. And
Yeah.
if
They
they
already
control,
did. They
if they
already
control
do.
everything people see.
Turns
They
into
do,
VOT.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vought.
Well,
yeah.
so also they're
we're manufacturing superheroes.
they don't.
We're in the pharmaceutical business.
You've never seen Bad Boy?
The boys.
The Boys. I'm sorry, I almost said Bad Boys.
Oh, the boys are so good.
It's.
I feel like you would appreciate it, Eddie.
you would.
I really
The
think.
Boys?
Yeah, the
It's
boys.
the politics behind superheroes, and what if superheroes were in our real lives
Yeah.
Oh,
and they were owned by a company?
like athletes.
Yep.
Oh, funny enough, it wasn't
Marketing
with you.
campaigns and everything.
I was talking to Leo about like how that whole thing works because I really had no idea or understanding of like there's a coach and there's an owner and like what the fuck does it mean to be an owner of a sports team? Like you can't own people, but now I understand.
Yeah,
He
you employ
explained
them.
it.
So like the GM, the person that picks your rosters, picks your personnel, like that person's paid and you have a contract that you sign with them.
It's a
And then-
pyramid.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the owner
They're
for most sports teams, like at the end of the day, will make the decision. Like if the coach doesn't want to move on from a certain player, but the owner's like, I'm not fucking paying him,
Oh, I see. Okay, no, that makes sense.
then he's gone.
I also learned that the owner's responsible for the stadiums.
Yeah.
Yep.
I learned that.
And we just got an upgrade at Gillette. So Robert Kraft took that money and invested it back into Patriots Place
As he
in
should.
Gillette Stadium. As
Shout
they
out
should.
Bob.
As they fucking should. They need a statue of Tom Brady as well, but we'll get to that. It'll happen soon.
I'm in no position to
To comment.
Just say
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
or fight you. You know, like
100%.
Eddie has no comment.
Will
at
you
this
sign
time.
my sheet, please?
like if I were to, for whatever reason, run into him, whatever it just what I would like be like, can I get an autograph for someone? Like I know who you are. Congratulations on being that. That's fucking awesome for you. Can I just get an autograph for this person who's gonna be stoked about it? Like,
That's cool.
yeah. You know, like I just.
That's a good way to get you to do it because I've talked about the fact that I've been shy around certain people.
Yeah.
I don't go up at all.
Oh, no,
So
I-
I could just do that. Be
If
like
it's like
fueled by I'm doing this for my loved ones.
Especially if I don't like really, you know, I'm not like, you're not my idol. I don't look up to you. I don't really,
Especially if you don't know who they are that much.
yeah. I'm like, oh, I'll do that. I don't care.
Completely different level of fame, but I worked for Brian Hoyer. Like I met
Backup
him.
quarterback
Yeah.
for the Patriots for many years.
Yeah. And when we worked for him, it was just I treated him like a normal dude. I knew exactly who he was, and I was just like, yeah, you gotta do this for your water filter and this and this. And at the end of it, he's like, I appreciate you like not giving me any like special treatment. I was like, yeah, no problem, dude.
Sometimes people just want to be human, you know?
Yeah,
100%.
That's what I said, because my partner at the time had the guy that I was working with. He was just no interest in sports whatsoever, and he's just like, you're not like excited to see him. I'm like, it's cool, but like, I'm sure he doesn't want us to walk into his house and be like, holy shit, it's you. Can I have an autograph? Blah, 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 blah. Like,
Yeah.
He just wants to be a normal dude in his house.
100%. 100%. I've told you that story about Michael Jackson, right? He hired an entire staff late at night to pretend to be working so that he could shop like a normal person. It's fucking sad. It's crazy sad.
When I was at Best Buy, I forgot his name, but I think Brian Scalabrine.
Oh, yeah.
He's like a legend.
Yeah, with the White Mamba. Apparently, yeah. I didn't know who he was. Didn't bat an eye to him, and everyone was like, do you know who that was? And I was like, no idea. And then they had to explain to me, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It helped that I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
I feel like
when you saw how tall he was, where you're like,
Yeah, I probably should have guessed.
You'd be a pretty good basketball player. You should try it sometime.
No, but he was white, so I was like,
I'm dead. I'm dead.
Threw me off.
Get
you
on
look
the ice.
like an athlete.
Get the fuck on the ice.
Try baseball or hockey.
I feel like with the amount of times I've been out to Boston and like near Fenway, I've probably seen a lot of athletes without having any idea. Just random ass places. 'Cause,
Probably.
You know what I mean? Like they all live in the city
I've
somewhere.
seen Amy Adams just walking down the street. She just walked right past me with her family, like shoulder to shoulder. And I was like, that's Amy Adams. But in a super casual place with
like
people
with
shopping.
her family, bro. No,
I kept walking, but in my head, I was like, oh shit, that's Amy. We look back.
dude.
It was her.
That's
Moved on.
awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah, with her kids shopping. It was really cool. It's really cool.
That's so cool.
And we saw other people like walk past her and they kept it cool too. But in Atlanta, I think it's not crazy uncommon to see celebrities walk around.
Yeah. I feel like right in the cities, right? Like it makes sense.
Yeah.
Where you have a lot of stuff going on right in Atlanta.
100%. I know people that Jimmy Garoppolo, he was a expatriate, plays for the Raiders. He actually just got benched this morning.
Yeah.
And
Fuck
coach
you, Jimmy
fired, GM fired. Crazy situation. But
Cost me my motherfucking fantasy week. Bitch ass motherfucker.
my cousin, who went to college in Boston, would go out to the clubs, like, here and there every weekend, and she would see athletes, and she saw Jimmy Garoppolo there. So, like, city life as a young adult, like, you'll see a lot of celebrities.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. Well, it's like, imagine just being a wealthy person that lives in LA. Like, your family just has money, so you get to live up the fucking road from the Kardashians.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck? Like, you go to the grocery store, and it's just fucking movie stars.
Yeah.
The fuck is
Crazy.
that shit? You get invited to parties? Oh, it's fucking some celebrity's party.
Yeah.
Block party they're having, and we live on their same block. Bitch, what?
That wealth is
Let's
insane.
be friends, yo.
That wealth is fucking crazy. I saw this clip just the other day, but I forget what fucking NFL team she said. But someone walked up to her and asked her, like, oh, what do you do? And she was like, oh, my dad just owns this NFL team. I was like, oh my fucking God.
Casual.
How many relatives?
Bro.
And that's just saying one thing he owns. If you own an NFL team, I'm sure you own other things.
You got some property somewhere.
Oh, for fucking sure.
You got a yacht somewhere.
That wealth is
It's crazy.
madness.
I worked in construction for one of the owners of the Red Sox, and it was a penthouse in Boston. We were doing construction there.
Ooh.
I want to tell you, this guy's apartment was bigger. The square footage of balcony was the same as my house, by the way.
I'm just done.
Just so you know.
I worked in Chestnut Hill and in places like that, and they're just like insane.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah, Chestnut Hill is very uppity.
Oh, for sure.
Very uppity. When I worked at a fucking frozen yogurt place at the mall part-time, they had like another location in Chestnut Hill, and she was like enticing me and trying to get me to be like a supervisor over there. And I was like,
The tips would be crazy.
yeah, it would have been crazy. No, I would have been really good at it. I was like, I don't have a car. I can't do it. You don't pay me enough to get a fucking car.
Yeah. Just start selling houses.
I'm done.
It'll pay off.
So many people tell me to do
So like
that.
2 houses, bro. You mean? Listen, I'm just not a salesperson, but from what we talked about today and hearing about, how many you sold a lot of fucking shoes, and you were responsible for a lot of it because you managed a team, right?
Yeah.
So if you
I could
just
teach those skills to other fucking people.
I feel like I could.
an $80 shoe into a
Yeah.
$1.2 million house, sell a few of those boxes.
It's like if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a dodgeball.
I'm dead. Yes.
If you can sell a shoe, you can sell a house.
Dude,
Yo.
I feel like I could sell a house because I'm pretty good at making trades in fantasy.
That's
So
good.
I think I can sell a house.
I think you could sell a house.
Well, I mean, I think
do.
you could too, because you're going into people's houses all the time. You have to have that that personal
Yep.
relatability,
Yeah.
I guess.
You just walk in a house.
I told Andy.
Sell the shit out
I
of
was
this place.
like, dude, when you guys are looking for a house, like, show me some pictures. I'll let you know if you're buying some bad guts.
Yeah.
Because you could buy a house with bad bones. You could buy a nice house with bad bones.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'll cost you big time.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. Now you need a good foundation.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Yep. And people that are trying to sell, I mean, there's a lot of people that, they go through a lot of inspections and stuff, but there's a lot that could be hidden that if you don't know what you're looking for, you won't find.
Dude,
Yeah.
during like the height of the COVID, like some inspectors not in the city I work in, just in case it doesn't get bleeped out, in surrounding towns.
It'll be bleeped
Surrounding
out, don't
towns,
worry.
We literally just had to like take pictures of what we did, and then the inspector wouldn't even get out of the car. We would just show him a picture. He'd be like, "All right, good," and then he'd drive off, sign off on it.
Just kidding. Inspections are bullshit.
Dude.
And that was for the city of.
Fuck you, bro. What is wrong with you?
It's good timing, though. That's worth a bleep.
There you go. I'll add it to the timer.
Shout out.
Wait, I can do it.
Yeah, you can, bro.
You just gotta be quick with it.
That's hilarious.
I gotta like
In the city of.
Sorry, Armand, you're gonna have to do the work, but I could have done it.
Oh, shit.
knee
It's not
slapper, a
Armand
knee
on
slapper.
this one. That's me.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Shout out, Armand.
Here-
That's
Here, hold
great.
on.
That's great
I'm
to know.
fucking dead, man. Guys, if you've been listening up to this point, you're amazing. Thank you very much for watching our videos. We appreciate it. We'll see you next week. Have a good one. Like the video, comment, subscribe, all that shit. And that's goodbye for me. See you guys.
Catch you guys later.
Peace.
Love you guys.